Welcome back to Bottle Kill TV. We are back with another incredible episode of Bottle Kill TV. As always, I'm your host, Michael Roche. And as always, we have the often imitated, never duplicated. It's the real Bottle Killer. Ladies and gentlemen, how the hell are you?
Doing good. Certainly warmed up now. Back in the flow, Campbelltown, and here we are again.
Yeah, we got a bit of Campbelltown funk, as you noticed from the last couple of episodes. We've gone straight to Campbelltown, and we've stayed there. But we've got the granddaddy of them all for this episode. This is one of the beneficiaries of being friends with the Bottle Killer. Is you get to try these absolute beauties. Not many people will try a 25-year-old Glen Scotia, which is what we're trying today. Tell me first. I'm interested. I'm genuinely intrigued, and I want the honest answer. Was this like a drunken purchase, or was this like a red panty night? Was it like, baby, we done it, we did it, we got the McGregor fight, we're celebrating? What how did you come to purchase the Glen Scotia 25? Because it is kind of like a bucket list bottle,
definitely.
right?
Yeah, it's a good question. And I'd say it's definitely more of the red panty kind of night rather than the drunken purchase, which, obviously in the past few days...
Baby, we done it.
There's been a few of those. So this Glen Scotia 25-year-old for me was like a Grail whiskey. Talked about it on some of the more recent episodes that hopefully you've been tuning in for. Big fan of Glen Scotia whiskey, big fan of Campbelltown whiskey. And this actually won... Whiskey of the Year at the San Francisco Spirits competition, so quite a prestigious accolade back in 2021. So it had been on my radar for a long time. It's like Grail whiskey, Holy Grail kind of like. And let's be honest, I mean, how often are you going to be in a position to be able to drop like £450 on a bottle of whiskey for your own personal consumption?
When you think your big 25 is like £1,010 now?
Yeah.
425 is not, for one that has such like the status and the awards as Glen Scotia. It was officially awarded like the world's best whiskey a couple of years ago.
Exactly,
So it's reasonable if you want to celebrate, if you want to have a red panty night. Yeah,
exactly. So I'd got a new job. I'd been negotiating. I'd kind of like asked for what I wanted, and I was like, if they come back and they agree it,
they might see this.
Then
we're gonna ding. They'll know you for next negotiation.
More whiskey. Yeah, just basically they can like
you put it on the table.
They can negotiate down with good whiskey. They could just like, well, we can't give you that, but what we can give you is Glen Scotia 25. I'd be like, I'm all in. Where do I sign?
Yeah, we don't think you've done like a Ardbeg 25 this year for us, but you've done a Glen Scotia 25, and this is good. This is a good platform to build from. So
that's it. When the broadcasting networks start coming in with the offers, we can be like, here's how you negotiate with the Bottle Killer.
Oh, Macallan 50s.
Exactly. Those red Macallan Reds.
Port Ellen 40s. I know my value.
I think beyond obviously like the natural attraction of it having this kind of like prestigious award. Again, love Glen Scotia in bourbon casks. This is specially selected American oak casks, and then married in bourbon barrels. So it doesn't have any sherry in the mix. It's exactly what I would look for in a whiskey in terms of like cask composition. So I was expecting it to be incredible, and then obviously like you've got that kind of moment where you open it, and you're like, is it going to deliver? And it's like, it's one of those where you're like literally like you're measuring a single because you want to treat you with the respect, like. But I think
I've never seen you buy a jigger before. It was like you did a jigger, didn't you?
I got to pour this with a little jigger.
Yeah.
Because if I'm free pouring and you know what I'm like.
You know what I'm like with a free pour.
Yeah, there's going to be an expensive hangover the next day. So.
Yeah, and so well, yeah. Let's hop in first of all. But yeah, I see you brought out the nice glasses for this.
Yeah.
you brought out the crystal.
Yeah.
For this, I like it. This is heavy.
They're solid, arenn't they? I love these
heavy,
glasses. Yeah, such good glasses.
If you were to throw this at someone, you could probably knock them out. Yeah, and just talking about heavy things. The packaging on this, I
yeah.
really love when they really do the older age statements. The distilleries go to another level when it comes to the packaging. When you go to the duty free and you see what's behind, like the glass cabinet, the all beautiful wooden boxes, whether it's oak, mahogany, pine. It's all beautiful stuff, and this is beautiful. You get a little insert with it, which is it's just so much better than just a card box, right?
Yeah.
I throw away most boxes.
I throw them all away.
The bottles on the shelf. I know a lot of people in their whiskey libraries. They have the boxes next to each other, but they're all different sizes, and it just looks ununiformed. Some can look a bit torn. Whereas this, you want to keep it in the box. You keep this box forever, long after the bottle.
Yeah, this is like so. Those are the viewers that have been with us since the beginning of the channel. You will have seen a couple of reviews that we've done downstairs in the kitchen. So we got like a little glass cabinet in the corner. Like this doesn't even stay in the man cave. This is like pride of place down in the kitchen. When you're having dinner, people come round. They're like, "What's that in there?" I'm like, "Not for you," but it looks good.
Sorry, I totally switched off then because I took my first sip and
oh, it's incredible, isn't it?
It's wow. Because it's really funny because we did a Springbank 10 review not long ago, and I said on it, this is way older than 10 years old. This has just got the profile of something way older, but then you try something way older and you're like, oh, this is a different ball game. We're in the major leagues now.
Yeah.
Right. You can tear up. It's like boxing. Like there's levels in boxing. You can be a knockout artist in the UK, and you get to the elite, and you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You're in the shark tank, and you're not so good anymore. Everyone's faster, better. This is wow. Just that first sip, I didn't even give it much of a nose. I just put it straight on the tongue and
straight in.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think there's been a lot of discussions right around what's the perfect age for a whiskey, and does it being in the cask beyond even like say 15 years? Some people say 12 years.
Some people say 10.
Yeah, what's the sweet spot? But I've kind of been, as the whiskey journey has gone on, generally hovered probably sub £100 for a bottle. I think special releases and stuff, you're going to push the boat out and probably go for them
because you're building the collection, right? And you want
exactly.
To have
yeah. So
in the collection.
Most things probably in that kind of like £30 to £70 kind of range. But then when you've tried a lot and you get kind of curious and you're like, obviously it's a red pansy night type purchase, so you're pushing the boat out, getting like the older stuff, and it does make a difference. I wish I could afford to drink this like all the time.
Baby, we done it.
If this was, imagine if you had the money to just drink this as like your daily sipper.
Well, there's a movie called Arbitrage, which is about it's a Richard Gere movie, and he's like a big financier in Wall Street, and he drinks like Macallan. He's like stressed one night and he's doing a bit of work by himself in his kitchen, and it's like Macallan 25. It's his daily drinker because he's like in the movie a Wall Street billionaire. And you think, yeah, that would be a nice level to be at to have that as a sipper. But this is what are you getting on the? You actually do get a bit of nose prickle on this. Prickle.
It's 48.4%. But what I like, when we talked about the Old Pulteney and it just having that coastal maritime like that, this is like next level. This is like that times like 50. So I think this has got a lot of those sea air, salty, coastal, maritime kind of notes.
That salty vanilla.
Super.
like a salty caramel, but a salty vanilla.
Or just like so sweet and so fresh. Like the nose, like you could just like sit there, close your eyes and just take it in, and it's just incredible. It's got like sugary sweetness, like caramel, vanillas.
So it's like a you've got like that. I think they've actually discontinued it now. But do you remember that chocolate bar, the Caramac?
Yeah.
This is like the Lind version of the Caramac, right?
Yeah,
the Caramac is like a little bit just dirtier in the smell, and when you get the Lind salted caramel, it's so much cleaner in its smell. And this is kind of giving me more of a Lind vibe.
Yeah. And then the palate, like what you'd expect, right? You know, there's kind of the soft fruits, the apple, the vanilla. Again, you know, you get that kind of maritime briny note coming through. Bit of kind of stem ginger coming through in the finish. Again, that spiciness, which is representative of the character of the distiller.
It does have that little hit of ginger on your tongue at the end, doesn't it? Yeah, it's weird because you don't get it for a while. Because I always get like this, like it's like this, like really, it's very woody. You know, it's kind of you get the it's very like
yeah, it is. I like cedarwood, kind of like those like cigar boxes, that kind of like really dry wood.
And it's so thick as well, isn't it?
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
This is like, it's like a, you know, I'm trying to imitate it in my hand. It's like normal whiskey is like this thick, and it's like this. It's like it comes on like someone has put like a plank of wood in your mouth on top of your tongue. It's it's just so much to it.
Yeah,
it's a delight. I actually wish we had in a clear glass. I could see it more, but it's incredible.
Yeah, sea salt in the finish as well. And it does have that kind of funkiness to it. I think the funkiness that you get with a Glen Scotia is different to Springbank, but you still get that kind of like funky, you know, kind of dunnage. Like, I can't explain it. It's just one of those notes that I just can't.
I'm not getting so much Campbelltown funk from it. It's
really?
way too smooth for it. Yeah. It's just got so much body and smoothness that it doesn't have that what I would associate with. And I always think it's more of the sherry casks that give you the Campbelltown funk as well.
Yeah.
Rather than the bourbon cask. Is this a straight bourbon cask?
So it's a mixture of casks. I think that what they've done is like taken some of their they say specially selected. I don't really know what that means, but like some of the more well aged kind of like, you know, prestigious American oak casks, and then they will have like vatted them, married them together in a bourbon barrel. So it'll be a mixture of different casks that have all been married together, but all of bourbon, bourbon heritage, bourbon origin. So this no sherry in this one. Because the 18-year-old, I was kind of like on the fence about buying as well, but I think it's got sherry in it, and I just kind of like I was like I probably will try it one day, but.
It's really interesting because it's almost like what they've done is they've took the best parts of like the salty, briny coastal whiskies, and they've took the best from like the best, most matured Speyside whiskies, and blended them together. That's what you kind of get from it. It's kind of got the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
hasn't it?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, like it's got the kind of the smoothness and the silkiness and the fruitiness of a Speyside.
So what people think Scotch is, you know, like in America, think Scotch is, and that's why it's so great. Yeah, it's got that, but then it's also got the coastal that we love as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a really good point. I think it does have those kinds of Speyside characteristics, like lovely, just rich smoothness, fruity. I love it.
Yeah, it's like a footballer who's 2-footed, rather than what you can just play with your right foot or you can just play with your left. They've got both feet they can use at any time. It's got both. Yeah, it's so special. Wow. It just I know that you only poured a small jigger for us both for this review, but like it's like so Moorish.
It's dangerous.
How do you not drink it straight away? Because I need another one. It's like it's so good.
I know.
So good.
Yeah, the first night when I bought it, I poured one, and I was like, I've got to cap it at 2, and I had it, and I was like, oh my god, it's going to be so difficult to like only drink like 2 drams of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those. Obviously, it was something that I really wanted to get up on the channel, and just share like what a great whiskey that I think it is, and the passion, and
come visit at Bottle Kill Studios, and he might even share it in person, so come on down.
Well, that's true. Do you know what? Like I've dished it out. Like I'm not stingy with this one. You've tried it before. Jay tried it when he came up. Dariush didn't quite make it, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. if there's ever another red panty night and another one gets bought, maybe I'll bring it out and share it with everyone again.
Yeah, well, I think that's a really great one in terms of if we sort of skip to the sort of the is it a buy, you know, the only thing that wouldn't make it a buy is because it is a bit of an investment, you know,
Price,
it's £425, so it's and that's only going to keep going up over time.
Exactly,
with inflation and popularity, and Glen Scotia's a bit of a sleeping giant.
It is,
You know, this is only going to go one way when it comes to Glen Scotia and availability and prestige, because there are fantastic. There's a reason why Campbelltown used to have 300 distilleries and now they've got 3.
Yeah.
Right? There's a reason why Glen Scotia survived that, because it's quality stuff.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of, you know, there's going to be so many different people that watch this. There's going to be people who are, you know, they laugh at our budgets. There's going to be people that saying, they, you know, I just want to know what I want to get from Morrison's.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Recommend me something I can get for this weekend so I can share with my friends. Dora and whiskey tasting. I'm going to Tesco tonight. What do I need to get?
Yeah.
So there's going to be all these different people, but if you want to get something that's incredibly special, for me, this is, I don't think I've had a more special whiskey than this one that pound for pound delivers everything you could ever want in a whiskey. The whiskey experiences don't get better than this.
No, I don't think so. And I think that is, like, you've hit the nail on the head, right? This is very much when you've got something to celebrate, and you really want to treat yourself to a bottle that would be way out of your standard budget. Like, it's out of my standard budget.
My mom's probably going to be like, what's the red panty night?
It's, something to do with Conor McGregor, isn't it?
But, sorry, I interrupted.
It's a treat yourself whiskey, right? You know, it's not something that you're going to be drinking every day, every week. It's something that you want to get it to celebrate something. And then, you know, the next time something great happens in your life, like, you're going to get it out, pour it, share it with some people, and it becomes like a whiskey that's associated with great memories. Like, and I think that sometimes it warrants spending a little bit more money to be able to do that, because what this will, you know, come to mean to you, and you know, certainly what it means to me, is celebration, and there's no better whiskey for me that I'd want to celebrate with than this Glen Scotia 25.
And I think that's a great thing for a whiskey hobbyist and people that are growing in their passion for whiskey, and people that just know that they love whiskey. It's whiskey is memories.
Yeah,
we're about to head over to the pub, and there's a guy in there, Nigel, and he tells us so much about the bottles that he buys, and quite often what comes with the bottle is a story about his son.
Yeah,
right? It comes a story about his daughter bought him the thing, and there's so many memories attached to all of his favorite bottles that he likes to talk about, and it's kind of the same with this. And so if you it is sometimes it's worth just going a bit outside your comfort zone and your range. I probably wouldn't buy a £400 whiskey right now where I am. There's certain ones that I do push about. I did buy the Johnny Walker Umami.
Yeah.
Which is a memory of the Princess Street and the trip that we did there and that time of life and where I was at that time. So it's, you know, the whiskey and memories are so, like, entwined.
Yeah.
And so if you can celebrate them and do something really special for those, I think it's a great thing that's always going to call back to that memory, because quite often you remember the bad stuff. You know, there's kind of like this philosophy, isn't it, that, you know, we remember the bad stuff so vividly, and then often we get a celebration and we're like, oh, great, and then we're on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So you get a new job, and next a day later you're like, oh, well, now I've actually got to do the job. Right? And you're over the victory of it.
Yeah.
It's like in sales. In sales, what happens is you have the best week ever. Monday comes around, the board gets wiped.
Yeah.
You got to do it all again, right?
Yeah.
You got to do it all again, and it doesn't matter what happened last week. And everything moves so quickly, and so if you can have a moment in time where you can celebrate with something like this, I think it's a wonderful one. Glen Scotia, I'm infinitely more fascinated with maybe discovering some more what they have on offer that's maybe a little bit lower as well. I think we visit them in September.
Yeah, we're going back there like August, September. So we'll definitely.
Because this is obviously one of their most special expressions they will have ever made. But this is just truly mind blowing stuff.
We'll be interested to see what we get at the distillery as well. So keep them coming.
Wow. Well, this may be the best one that I'm trying to think of my top 3 whiskeys ever has been the Cadenhead Enigma.
Yeah.
The Campbelltown release. Interestingly, Campbelltown release, even though it didn't have any Glen Scotia in there, it was a Campbelltown release. And the Galeo.
Yeah.
But Ardbeg Galeo, what we don't know is the Ardbeg Galeo might be more of it might be the memory plays into how much I love that bottle as well. Because,
definitely.
and that's an episode we'll do, and we'll do that story another time. But it's I don't know if it's purely the whiskey, but I just remember them. They're my 2 favorites. This is in my top 3 as well. My top 3 I've ever tried anywhere, ever.
It's incredible. As I say, I probably struggle to name a better whiskey that I've tried. Just perfect for my kind of profile, what I like. And I mean, if you want to ask the question, because I definitely...
Is it a buy?
It absolutely 100% is a buy. Even at the price, like, look, I'm sure at some point in the future there'll be an opportunity to get another one of these, and I 100%, this will not be the last bottle of Glen Scotia 25 that I own, certainly. Absolute buy.
And if you end up like a Richard Gere character in Arbitrage
every day,
then, it can be your daily drinker.
Day drinker.
So, well, fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us. This is kind of like the end of our Campbelltown little series we've done over the last 3 episodes.
Like a mini series, isn't it?
We hope you like the little Campbelltown funk. And, Bottle Killer, take them out.
Well, yeah, thanks for joining us. I've had a really good time. I hope everybody at home has had a good time. Michael, have you had a good time?
I've had a good time, and get a friend like Bottle Killer.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you.